Spirit led you here, it is not by coincidence. Do not let your lack of faith, your frustration, your anger, your pride, your humility keep you from the promise God has for you. Do not let your lack of faith keep you from the promise. If you know me and you follow me for a while, then you know I've been reading the book of Numbers for the last couple of weeks. And backstory, a couple weeks ago, I decided I was going to go thrifting. If you know me, you know I love thrifting. I hadn't been in a long time, like probably several months, and I realized it's summer break and school creeps up before I know it every year, and I struggle with the back to school shopping for the kids. So I was like, I'm gonna go periodically throughout the summer and thrift along so that it will help with the back to school. So I'm in Goodwill and I see this cute little box, so cute, and I'm intrigued by it. So I open it up and it's a lecrae keychain, and I'm like, this is so me and it's so cute. But I'm like, I am very frugal with money and not spending when I don't need to be spending. And I'm like, I don't have a vehicle, so I'm not gonna get that right now. If you also follow me, you know I borrow a vehicle when it's available, when they're not working and so forth. And that is how I make my TikToks. That is how I do things. So I put it back down on the shelf and I'm walking around. The Lord's telling me to go back and get the keychain. I'm like, no, it's not that serious. And the Holy Spirit's like, yes, go get it. You have to have faith, because the Lord has been preparing my heart for some time, and I have not lost faith that I am getting a vehicle soon. I am getting a home soon, and God has been opening up so many doors for me that I can't even begin to express it. Oh Lord, I'm gonna get emotional. So I was reading in Numbers, and the Lord brought to my attention when I went back to get this box of Numbers 20. When the Israelites are thirsty, they're exhausted, and they're getting angry, okay? They need water. And Moses, the Lord tells Moses to go into a rock and have the Israelites gather and to speak to that rock, and it will bring forth water. But by this time, Moses he's frustrated with the Israelites. He's frustrated just in general. He is frustrated. And instead of doing what the Lord had told him to do, after countless miracles that we too experience, our frustration, like, Lord, are you kidding me? You're asking me to talk to a rock in front of these people. I've led them out of Egypt. Now they're thirsty. You're telling me to talk to a rock. Like, don't insult me like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how we feel sometimes. So instead he takes his staff and he hits it twice out of anger. And water flows out of it. Moses takes the credit. And because of his disobedience, Moses and Aaron do not inherit the promised land. They do not inherit. Moses gets to go to a mount and view the promised land, but he does not inherit it after 40 years of leading these Israelites out of Egypt and God performing so many miracles. He does not get to inherit the promise because of his humility, because of his pride, because of his anger, his frustration, and his lack of faith. So do not let your lack of faith keep you from the promise. Sometimes God's going to call us to do things that just feel silly. It just feels like it doesn't make sense. We're frustrated, we're angry, we're like, Lord, you have promised me this. Like, Lord, why would you ever have me in this situation? Like, you are God of all. Sound familiar? Don't let your lack of faith, don't let your humility and your pride keep you from the promise. When God calls you to do something, it's not always going to be comfortable. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be comfortable. And there has been so many times that my obedience has led to the promise every single time. And there's been so many times that my obedience is something that hurts my pride, it hurts my humility. Even just making this video is in itself humbling. Y'all see me on here and my videos encourage you, but I live in a small town and everyone watches these videos and everyone knows my life story and knows what's going on in my life, and it's humbling. It is humbling. But I know that my obedience is going to be the provision that God is going to provide for me as long as I have faith in him and I obey his word. I love y'all. God loves you more.